Hi everyone, I'm Nancy with Ladybug's Flowers and Rustic Decor, and today we're just going to be making a little simple springtime, summer, all year round decor with these little uh, bluebirds. But we're going to, I think I'm going to paint them a navy color, and we're going to also use these little pots. This is a candle holder that I had that I'm not going to use really for nothing. We're going to glue that down if we can. This is not plastic, it is like cement, so we're going to be painting that. And we're also going to be putting one just down on a wood piece on this little, so one's going to be sitting like this and one's going to be sitting like that. So, anyways, that's what we're going to do today. The first thing I want to do is get in my painting. Oops. And we're also going to be using these little wooden eggs to make a little nest in the top one. And that's the height of it. So I want to get our bluebirds painted first, which I've got to get my blue paint. I should have all of this ready. And this says a true navy on it. But we're going to make it just a little bit darker than that. And I'm not sure what color we're going to paint our little pots yet. Been thinking about that. But I do want to paint them too. So what I'm doing is it's a true navy paint, but I am going to add just a little black to it to make it a little darker than, not a lot, just a couple of drips of black into it. Just to make it just a bit darker than what, and my plate I have used, but that's the color it's coming out with. I just want it to be just a little bit darker. And I still want it to be just a tint darker than what it's showing. So don't want it to be too dark, but I want them birds to be darker than what they are. So I'm going to get them painted. And I do want them to look blue, not black. Don't want black birds. Let me get my glasses on where I can see better. And it is a real dark blue. As you can tell, it's not black. Back here it might look black. And we're just going to paint the whole thing. And I'm going to get this blow dried. And there he is. And I didn't get that side. I can see in the camera. He or she. Whatever which one you want to say. We're going to go ahead and get our next one. And we might add a little white to him and her just to make them a little bit lighter. But I love a dark blue. Would almost be like a midnight, I guess, blue. As well. And it's just a white from Apple Barrel, which I'm going to use the same paintbrush. So, um, I'm going to try to mix this blue over here where it don't turn my pot, so I might just need to go get another paintbrush. Alright, that's more like a little uh, baby blue. I'm just swiping down on its wings somewhat. Maybe across its little tail, or I already have anyways. Just to bring out a little lightness on it, where it's not so dark. Then I also want to do a little bit down his chest if it just don't look plumb silly looking. And I guess what I'm going to do is now is just let that come through. Let that darker come through it. I'm thinking that, with it being so dark, I don't know if that would be the right way to go. But I'm not wanting it to be real light neither. This would be a more vintage look to it, letting some of that darker come through, and you can always dip in and do what I was just doing. Put a little more of that darker back on. I think it looks better this way. Where it's just not so much. But I do love a dark blue. That's why I went to that first, but I can see how it was almost too dark. I guess I should have stuck with the true navy, but this is almost what it is. I did leave its beak darker and its feet. Um, feet. So I'm just going to take this and kind of go back over them. And I'm going to go, after I do this, and get me another um, paintbrush. That way I know that it will be white. My, and we might make this one be the mama one. We might make it just stay light and just have some come through. Or let it stay lighter than that one. All right, with some white. And then I'm just going to let it kind of dry because we do got to paint that other, so it'll dry on its own. It's just where I had my fingers while I was drying it. All right, and so that's the way she'll look. Letting some of that dark come through. We're just going to set her down right. We're going to get our little pots painted white. So I'm not going to paint the whole inside. I'm just painting around the rim in case some of it shows. And we're going to have to paint over these a couple of times too. To get it real good and covered. Have it painted. Not really worried about um, the bottom of it. So we're just going to kind of give it a swipe. I'm going to need some more white. I think one time's good. So I might need to get that little top, but I doubt if we'll be seeing any of that after I get the Spanish moss on top. All right, we're going to go ahead and get this, the inside, around the top part of it, where I can get that dried. And I'm not doing it in the same direction, so it probably will be a little, not smudge, but just won't be the same on all of it. And that'll give it a rustic look itself. All right, we're going to get that dried. For it too, but it does. I'm trying to get enough on my brush to make it go probably done faster, and plus get it covered pretty good. And I think That's going to be good enough. Because we are going to paint our little wood piece too white. And here's our wood piece. I'll wipe it off. A little dusty. Hmm. And I've had this since we built the house and really didn't know what I was going to do with it. So that was back in 2017 and 18. So I actually got these at a yard sale. And it just kind of looked like it went for a wedding. Never knew what I'd do with it, but I liked it for some reason. And it's got iron where that little hole right there goes in. But when I was looking at it, I thought, well, I could use that for something else. The iron pieces, and use the 5 little candle holders for something else. Of course, I'm not going to do all of them this way. It was just something that I thought that would go good, lifting up the little pots. And I probably am going to have to paint over this twice. Get it dried, and I do want my eggs not to be a wooden color neither, so we're going to have to paint them too. A lot of painting. What I want to do is make them white. Or lighter, anyways. But which it's a light wood to begin with. So still can kind of see the wood look through it because I didn't paint them. I'm not going to take the time to go again and again. We're going to get it on there and let it be. I probably am going to make some little dots on them, but I'm going to do it with the blue. Kind of want to rub it in more like I did that one where it won't take it off when I lay it down. We also could have painted these a light blue. Just going to set it down there. Get my hands wiped off. What we can do here with this glue gun and this wood piece that we're doing. Yeah. What is it? And look around it. We're going to set that right there. And then I am going to put a little glue on this as well, where everything's glued down. And we're leaving the wood piece just the way it is. Kind of going to set that one or one to sit behind. So I am going to set him, which is the darker one, down on the bottom. Trying to figure out where we're going to exactly set him. Then we're going to take some Spanish moss and fill in on both of these. Kind of want it to like just spread out. And then on this one, I want the eggs to be seen, but I want them to be a little sunk down. But I do want you to see them. Like that. And we got all three of them in there. And we're going to take some more of the moss and stick it in there. And the other one. For the mama bird to sit on. Like that. We want her to be good and seen too. Don't want that falling off. I did have it already fixed to where that was above, so that way we need to put, and we might have him going that way. Let's see. Well, we got the mama facing straight ahead at you. I do want to take a little bit of this spine, like ivory. What I'm going to do is stick it under that glass piece where we got our eggs. And wrap that around. Well, we might need to glue him down too. I got another little piece here that I'm just going to tie around this one. Or not really tie, but get it to where it's going to go ahead and wrap around. We might need to put, let me turn it around here where I can see it for a second. I think we are going to glue them down. He'll stay in place. And I don't want that covering him up. We might wrap it around this way. Taking me a second here. To get it fixed how I'm exactly wanting it to sit. Like that. So we got our little eggs. And I guess we really might as well just glue this down too. And this. That way it stays on the wood. I forgot to tuck that under. So we might have to just put a dab of glue. Oops. Down here to hold that vine. Alright. Honest thing I want to do is stick a little bit of this, I don't know what it's called, in. Little bead looking berries. I know I had more than one piece up here. Just down in there with the eggs, just to give it a little more. Other that I've got right here. Just a little more color to it. Not nothing major. And not wanting to cover up your eggs neither. So stick a couple pieces in there with her. I'm gonna have to get me some more of these. I'm just about out. I guess more than a couple. I'm going to stick some in behind her. And that's a total different piece, but that's alright. It's like little berries too. I think I got some more of that here. No. Maybe set one over here. And I do need to glue this down as well. But I want to kind of hide it, the glue part. I just wanted something a little extra to stick out. And just drop them. There's another piece right down in here. And it's sticking up. And I might glue that vine down to the well, the little pot. That way that's holding that. But we want it to look natural looking. And then I am also going to put a set of these in behind. Even though you're not going to be seeing it all that much. But kind of want to get them glued down, going upward. And I can cover them up. With some more different vine. That way you're not seeing that glue. I'm just going to kind of make it go outward, and I'll glue it down too. That way if you had it sitting on something, it won't be pushing against. Well, I said I was going to get it glued. Then I am taking 3 more of them. And just kind of sticking it over here to the side. Kind of wanting it to stand up instead of lay down, if I can get it to. You're going to take a couple pieces of this vine here. The same vine. Stick some more in. In the back. And then I'm just going to kind of, I need to put that piece in there. Then we'll get that glued down as well. And then there is our little. I don't want it covering up the other, but I want it to be just sticking out there. We might have to spring out one on a round and glue it down where you can't tell. But there we are. Look, she's leaning. Get her fixed. And that's the way it looks on the back. All right. I hope you have enjoyed the video. And always remember, you are enough.